Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to continue with CVP analysis but with multi-product. So multi-product is where a company produces or sells more than one product line. So it has its own characteristics and sold at different prices. So although there are different products, basically they are processed in the same factory. So it means that these products are sharing the same fixed cost, such as the rent of the factory, depreciation of machineries, and so on. So when the products have their own individual production facilities and fixed costs are specifically identified with the product line, CVP analysis is performed for each product line. However, in many cases, the product line shared these facilities. So the same fixed cost is being shared by many products. That means you have one fixed cost, but then you have, let's say, 3 products. So what is it that you need to do? So in that situation, the CVP analysis requires you to average the data by using the sales mix percentage as the weight. Okay, so first we introduce the terms that you need to know. The first one is the sales mix. So what is a sales mix? So it is the relative proportion of sales of each of the organization's multiple products. So let's look at an example. So for example, you have 3 products, product A, product B, and product C. So this is the total volume of the products. So for A, you have 4,000 units, for B, 6,000 units, and for C, 5,000 units. This is the contribution margin for each of the products. So 5 ringgit per unit for A, 6 ringgit per unit for B, and 3 ringgit per unit for C. So how are we going to work out the sales mix? It's very easy. So you just take the total volume for A. For example, you want to work out how much is the sales mix for A. So that will be 4,000 units of A divided by the total 15,000 here. So 4 plus 6 plus 5 gives you 15. So the ratio is 4,000 over 15,000. That's the ratio for A, or sales mix for A is 0.27, or you times with 100, you will get 27%. So you do the same thing for B. So the ratio for B will be 6,000 divided by 15,000, you will get 40% or 0.4. And for product C, 5,000 divided by 15, you will get 1/3 or 33%. So the total of this will give you 100%. Okay. So that is the sales mix. The next important term that you need to know is the weighted average unit contribution margin, or the WACM. Okay, WACM, it is the average of the firm's several products unit contribution margin weighted by the relative sales proportion of each product, or the sales mix. So for example, in this case, the WACM, the weighted average unit contribution margin, will be the contribution margin of A times with the sales mix of product A, plus the contribution margin of product B times the sales mix of product B, plus the contribution margin of product C times the sales mix of product C. Okay, so in this case, you will have 5 ringgit times 0.27. This is the sales mix of A just now. Plus 6 ringgit, this is the contribution margin, times the 0.4. This is the sales mix of product B. Plus 3 ringgit per unit as the contribution margin of C, times the sales mix of product C. So you will get 4 ringgit and 74 cents. So this is the WACM. Okay, for product A just now. So this is the volume, this is the contribution margin, and this is the sales mix that you have just worked it out. Then next, you times 5 times 0.27 plus 6 times 0.4 plus 3 times 0.33. So you will get 4 ringgit and 74 cents. So this is called the weighted average contribution margin. So next, how are you going to determine the break-even point? Previously, we have a single product. To determine the break-even point for a single product, the formula in units. So the same thing, you have the BEP in units, you have the BEP in values. So to work out the BEP in units, for a single product, that will be your total fixed cost divided by the contribution margin per unit. Now you have more than one product, you have multi products. So if you have multi products, then the BEP in units will be worked out as the total fixed cost divided by the weighted average unit contribution margin, instead of you have the contribution margin per unit for a single product. So what about the BEP in value? Previously, you will have total fixed cost divided by CS ratio. But if you have multi-product, that will be the total fixed cost divided by the overall CS ratio. Okay, thank you.